Well, hello everyone, Dr. Matthews here. Hey, I wanted to introduce you to a interesting and very useful research tool. It's the original persuasive essay, and it's developed by Tom March. Now, I'll have a link to the tool at the end of this, but I want to kind of walk you through it because I found it, again, very easy to use and also very useful. First thing I want to do is just bring up the tool itself, and you'll find it online. You could, of course, just do a Google search and look for Thesis Builder and you'll come up with this. But very simply put, once you come up to this, it very easily and simply walks you through the process of creating your own thesis statement. Now, to begin with, it's important to know what your topic is. And so there's some exercises you can always go through to identify the topic of your thesis or the topic of your research. And that's for another time. There's plenty of literature that's been written on there. There's a couple of videos you'll find on YouTube on how do you determine or how do you find a good research topic. So once you've got your research topic, if you're developing one on your own, you can go through those exercises. And if you've been assigned one by your instructor or by your professor for the class that you're undergoing, then you would simply come to this tool, scroll down, and then type in your topic. Now, for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm just going to pull some random topics out of the air. And because I teach criminal justice and security, one of the things I think is interesting of late are just the technological advancements that have been developing. So I want to talk about drones. Drones in policing. So drones in policing is going to be the topic that I want to focus in on. The main opinion about the topic is whether there's privacy issues, and so perhaps, and again, I would go through the long-term exercise to explain all this, but my opinion of this topic might be, is the sacrifice of privacy worth the security? Indicating, of course, that there are some checks and balances, some pluses and minuses to having drones or other types of electronic surveillance available to one. And then as you can see, you would just walk through the rest of this and complete it. So I'm going to, through the magic of video, I'll stop it here, fill that out, and start the video again in just a second. So as you can see, what I've done is continue by filling out the rest of the requirements here. So what's the strongest argument supporting my opinion? Drone technology saves lives. What's a second argument that supports my opinion? And in this case, it might be that drones actually help protect the public and officers from use of force complaints. And then finally, what's the main argument against my opinion, which might be that I think drones might be a very useful tool. The fact is that the cost of drone technology is prohibitive. And furthermore, once the video has been recorded, do those in the video have any rights to the recordings, or is their privacy being invaded as a result of the recordings? That actually goes into a much deeper question, not just with drone videos, but also video surveillance, which, again, it's just a topic that came to me, and I thought I'd run with that for just a minute. And then finally, what's the possible title for my essay or my thesis or my report or my project? And I came up with drones, policing tools, or social weapons. The last thing you need to do is just build a thesis. So once you click onto the button here, it builds the thesis for you, and all the program has done is it has collapsed all the information that you've just put together into a simple thesis statement. Drones, police tools, or social weapons. A persuasive thesis statement on drones in policing. You can see that it's taken the information that I've already entered, and it's put it into a very nice, easily understood or easily read thesis statement. Even though the cost of drone technology is prohibitive, once video has been recorded, do those in the videos have any rights to the drone recordings or to the recordings, or is their privacy being invaded as a result of the recordings? Is the sacrifice of privacy worth the security because surveillance technology and law enforcement protects the public? and the officers from the use of force complaints. And the drone technology does save lives. What his program has done is taken and reordered the information that I put it, place into it, and then you can see how it's just kind of tacked it into one long sentence. Naturally, you would simply go back through here and make all the cosmetic corrections, such as the capitalization, the additional punctuation that's in there, and then certainly some of the grammar. But this is a wonderful tool to get you started on building just the start out or the output for your thesis. From there, the next thing you'd want to do is, using that same information, is create your outline. Now, your outline is going to be based on your thesis statement, and it should, of course, support everything that's in your thesis statement. So clicking that simple button gives you your basic outline. And in this case, drones, police tools or social weapons, an online outline, introductory paragraph, and it gives you even some prompts to help you fill out or complete the rest of the information. And you'll see here again, here's the thesis statement to begin with. Paragraph 1, the cost of drone technology is prohibitive. Furthermore, once the video has been recorded, the question is, do the drones have any, do those in the recording have any rights to the recordings themselves, or is their privacy just simply being invaded as a result of those recordings? You could find some additional evidence, add some extra explanation, and then move on down to the next question. Now, this is just a draft outline, but you can see through just those 5 or 6 questions that you started out with at the very beginning here, you were able to create not only a plausible thesis statement, something you could very easily render into something more useful, but you can also build that out into a general draft outline. Now, as with all research, we know that the very first thing you start out with may not, in fact, be the thing that you end up with, but this gives you a starting point. Rather than staring at a blank piece of paper, this is another tool to help you with some of those starting statements, some of those starting lines, some of those prompts to get you where it is you need to be. Well, I hope you found this very useful, and again, there'll be a link that'll take you to this site itself, or you could certainly just type in your favorite search engine, Thesis Builder, and you will come up to this product. This is, again, a product developed by Mr. Tom March. And it's a free product. There's no cost to it whatsoever. If you feel like donating, simply click onto the donate link, and you can donate whatever you want. And he will be very appreciative of it. I've made a donation myself, and he was very quick to email me back and thank me for my donation. Hey, that's just a quick overview of the Thesis Builder. Hope you find it useful, and I guess that's about it. Hey, I'll see you online.